Now, to present the history of our Ibo Balton Community Planner Award, please welcome to the stage from Communal Life, Lucille McEwen.
Good afternoon. My assignment is to introduce the Ibo Balton Award. Ibo Balton was an urban planner and a visionary whose career and passionate work helped to provide affordable housing and community empowerment to the neighborhoods where he worked. During his almost 20 years at HPD, Ibo worked tirelessly to plan with communities. He helped bring millions of dollars in government and private investment to create thousands of units of affordable housing in the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Harlem. He helped Harlem to rebuild from decades of abandonment, redlining, and disinvestment. Ibo worked on numerous housing and urban renewal plans throughout his career. Each year, Ibo's friends and colleagues who had the privilege of working closely with him get together with CHPC to recognize an exceptional individual who exemplifies Ibo's passion for affordable housing and community planning. The awardees help us to honor Ibo's memory through their commitment to this work. And Richard, I have to say, we've been batting 1,000. Almost every awardee is still active in the housing industry in New York. This City of Yes year is a perfect time to once again remember him. Since Ibo's death in 2007, community development has changed, but our goals remain the same: to honor Ibo by inspiring some of us to follow in his footsteps, and to shine a light on others whose work will have lasting impact for New Yorkers and their community. I now invite Anneetta Seecharran, Executive Director of Chaya Community Development Corporation, to present this year's Ibo Balton Community Planner Award.
Good afternoon. I am so honored to be here today and to be given the job of recognizing my friend Ryan Chavez, who is a brilliant strategist, a fierce advocate, and who truly represents the best of community planning. I will also say that you will not find a humbler individual who is so loved and respected by the homeowners and the tenants his organization serves. My organization, Chaya CDC, and Cypress Hills LDC, where Ryan works, are partners in the Basement Apartment Safe for Everyone, or BASE Coalition. And our team could not have a better partner in this effort than Ryan. Ryan has an instinctive empathy for the challenges faced by our city's most vulnerable. This empathy enables him to see basement apartments as not a problem, but a solution to meet people's housing needs. As a program director for the East New York Basement Pilot Project, he has overseen an incredibly complex pilot program that faced so many odds, whether it's the multiple dwelling law or other regulatory obstacles or defunding from the city. Yet Ryan continues to do this work with patience and steadfastness. Ryan's ability to bridge the gap between residents and regulation played a critical role in the achievement of the big legislative successes this past year. As his partners in the BASE Coalition, we are so lucky to benefit from his ability to turn setbacks into opportunity, to do this with humility and unflagging commitment to the community he represents. So it is my absolute honor to present Ryan Chavez with the Ibo Balton Community Planner Award.
Thank you so much, Anneetta. And thank you so much to the CHPC board for this recognition. And congratulations to my fellow awardees. I am humbled to receive this award in the name of Ibo Balton. Though I never had the honor of knowing him, I can see his impact in so much of the work being done across this city. In the values we carry, the coalitions we build, and the way we collaborate with community. It's especially meaningful to receive this award from CHPC, an organization whose research and expertise I've leaned on for years. At Cypress Hills LDC, we've spent the last several years focused on one of New York's most hidden and difficult housing issues: unregulated basement apartments. Tens of thousands exist across this city. And the basement apartment conversion pilot program in East New York was the city's first attempt to confront this long neglected issue. We immediately saw how deep the need was, as hundreds of hopeful homeowners turned out. But these hopes were quickly dashed, with legalization blocked at every turn. Laws that were meant to protect instead locked these apartments in the shadows, beyond the reach of oversight. And in those shadows live the tenants: families, workers, people doing their best to get by. Our task was to convert a number of basements, and along the way, identify the obstacles to doing this work at scale. And obstacles we found. First, we hit the zoning barriers. Next, it was the building codes. The pandemic led to budget cuts, and state-level law ground us to a halt. And then came the storm. Hurricane Ida swept into New York, and the ocean seemed to fall from the sky. 11 basement residents died that night, ages 2 to 86. The latest in a litany of unregulated basement tragedies stretching back decades. For years, the fear was flame and smoke. Now the question was, who by fire, who by water? The devastation that night shook the status quo, and the machinery of reform began to stir. And last year brought the breakthrough. Lawmakers in Albany amended state law to facilitate basement conversions in parts of the city. Both sides of City Hall followed with zoning and code reforms. Together, these changes laid the groundwork for a new program, one that will begin to bring basement homes into the light of legality. These reforms were molded by the hard lessons of the East New York pilot, by what we saw and what we refused to accept. And when I say we, I do mean we, because these reforms were truly driven by the members of the BASE Coalition founded by Chaya over 15 years ago. Chaya has been the tip of the spear on this issue ever since. The Pratt Center has provided technical support for just as long, and CHPC has kept basement regulatory reform front and center in its work year after year. And to my colleagues at Cypress Hills, I am forever grateful. To Michelle, who stood by the pilot through its darkest days, to Jessica for her moral support, and to Wilmer, project manager on the pilot, who toiled on the front lines with determination and good humor. I also want to thank our pilot partners at HPD, in particular Kim Darga, who stuck with us through every twist and turn. Restored Homes, who navigated the regulatory labyrinth with incredible skill, and Richard Singer for his generous legal support. And above all, I want to recognize the East New York community, the homeowners who stepped forward, and the tenants who continue to make their lives and their homes in these basements. With community like this, there is reason for hope. Thank you.